Today, we are going deep. We're talking about one of the most genuinely terrifying concepts in all of Buddhist cosmology, a place called Avīci. It's known as the hell of uninterrupted suffering. We're going to look at how it's built, the punishments inside, and maybe, just maybe, what it all really means. So, let me just ask you this right at the start. If you had to imagine the ultimate hell, what would it even look like? What would a realm of absolute, non-stop torment be? Well, Buddhist scriptures have a pretty detailed answer, and honestly, it's probably worse than anything you could come up with.
And this is it, Avīci. The key word here is in the name itself, uninterrupted. See, this isn't just about pain being really, really bad. It's about the complete and total absence of any break, any relief, any moment to catch your breath. It is constant, crushing suffering that only, and I mean only, ends when your karmic debt is finally paid off.
Now, to really get your head around the horror of Avīci, you first have to understand where it is, because this isn't some random, isolated dungeon. No, it's the absolute lowest level of a vast, meticulously organized cosmic prison system. So, the scriptures tell us that all of the hells, every single one, are contained inside this, the Great Iron Mountain Range. Just try to picture a colossal circular mountain chain made of pure black iron. It completely seals these realms off from the rest of existence. It's the ultimate quarantine zone. And inside that iron wall, you find this terrifying bureaucracy of punishment. You've got 18 great hells, which are then surrounded by 500 mid-sized hells, and then literally thousands of smaller ones. Each one has its own name, its own specific brand of torment. And Avīci, it's the deepest, the worst, the very last stop at the bottom of it all. Okay, so we know where it is on the cosmic map. Now let's zoom in on the place itself. And the scale they describe, it's just meant to completely break your brain. The texts say the perimeter of this single prison is over 80,000 li. Now, to give you some perspective, that's about 40,000 kilometers. We're talking about a prison with the same circumference as planet Earth. It's not a building, it's an entire world of suffering. The walls themselves are, get this, 5,000 kilometers high, made of solid iron. And they're not just sitting there. They are perpetually on fire. Flames shoot up from the ground, and a rain of fire pours down from a sky that's made of molten iron. There is literally no way out. And patrolling the top of these burning walls, it's not guards. It's monstrous iron snakes and iron dogs. They just race back and forth relentlessly, breathing fire, making absolutely sure nothing and no one ever gets out. All right, we've seen the outside, now we have to go in. This is where we really begin to understand why Avīci is defined by uninterrupted suffering. And the punishments, they aren't just physical. They're designed to attack your very sense of self. This is one of the most psychologically brutal details. The entire world-sized prison is filled with one single burning iron bed. But here's the twist. Whether there's one soul trapped there or 10 million, every single person experiences it as if they are the only one there, stretched out across its entire agonizing surface. It's a punishment born from collective bad actions that creates an experience of pure absolute isolation. Think about how twisted that is. So you feel totally alone, but you're not. Your jailers are these beings called yakshas and other demons, and the descriptions are horrifyingly specific. They've got teeth like swords, eyes that flash like lightning, and fingernails made of razor-sharp copper. And right away, they get to work, disemboweling the sinners. And the torments are just surreal. Each one is a direct consequence of your actions. So for sins of speech, lying, slander, cruelty, the punishment is hideously literal. They pull your tongue out of your mouth, hook it up to an iron plow, and then you are forced to till the burning ground with the very part of you that committed the sin. And the assault is just relentless. It never stops. You've got iron eagles pecking out your eyes, iron snakes coiling around your neck. Long, burning nails are hammered into every single one of your joints. Molten copper is poured down your throat. Hot iron wires are wrapped around your body. It's just a symphony of pain, a new agony in every single moment. So we've been through the fire, the demons, all of this graphic physical torture. But what if we've been looking at this all wrong? Many Buddhist thinkers, especially in traditions like the Tibetan school, challenge us to see this from a completely different angle.
And here it is. This is the big pivot. After all of that visceral horror, we have to ask the question, is Avīci an actual physical location somewhere out there in the cosmos? Or is it something we build ourselves, right here, right now, inside our own minds?
So you can see it in two ways, right? The literal hell or the psychological one. And in this internal view, that giant iron fortress, it's a projection of a mind that's trapped by its own negativity. Those demons, the yakshas, they're not some external monsters. They are the personification of our own bad actions, our guilt, our trauma. We literally become our own jailers and our own tormentors. And when you think of it that way, suddenly this ancient concept sounds incredibly modern, doesn't it? I mean, what is the endless cycle of addiction if not a self-made hell of uninterrupted suffering? What is that inescapable loop of trauma and guilt that people with PTSD live with? Or the psychological prison we build for ourselves out of resentment? These are modern-day Avīcis, hells of our own making. But here's the thing, whether you think this hell is literal or psychological, one aspect stays terrifyingly consistent. The consequences are absolutely inescapable. The timescale involved here it's just mind-bending. According to the scriptures, not even the end of the universe gets you off the hook. If this world system collapses, your consciousness is just transferred, zapped over to an Avīci in another world to continue the punishment without missing a beat. It is truly without end until that karmic debt is paid. One of the sources uses this really striking modern analogy. It says karma isn't like a missile that you can dodge or shoot down. It has no evasion system, no countermeasures. It's a fundamental law, like gravity. It's a debt that has to be paid, a force of nature that just has to run its course. And this quote from the texts really says it all. There's no parole board, no chance of an appeal. There is only the slow, agonizing process of burning off that negative karma over countless lifetimes, over eons. That is the only way out, period. And that leaves us with one last, pretty chilling thought to take with us. If the fortress and the fire and the demons, if all of that can be seen as a projection of our own consciousness, then what kind of world, what prison, or what paradise are our own minds projecting at this very moment?